Hi, this is Janey Imaani and welcome to Emotional Awareness. I got a really strong response from one of my last episodes called Extraordinary Lie. I think it resonated with so many people because we're also exhausted of trying to be better, slightly better than those around us. And we're losing sight of what really matters the most and what we really want, which is a sense of love and connection and a deep sense of belonging. And so in today's video, I want to talk about how to build that deep sense of connection. And one of the prerequisites of deep connection is trust. So today we're going to talk about how to build trust, what trust is and what erodes it. What is trust? Trust is something that is built slowly over time. It's built in the small everyday moments of connection, which John Gottman calls the sliding door moments. And there's this famous story of him where he's reading a novel in his bedroom and he's very excited to finish it because he wants to know. It was like a mystery novel and he wanted to know who was the killer at the end. But from the corner of his eye, he could see his wife in the bathroom and she looked really sad. So he was thinking to himself, shall I just pretend I didn't see her so I can continue reading my novel? And so obviously because he's a researcher of relationships, he actually put the book down and he went to confront her. But that's an example of a sliding door moment. It's a choice that we make in the small moments where we could easily make a decision to turn away from our partner or turn towards them. And one incident here and there isn't necessarily going to make or break your relationship, but if we typically choose not to show up for our partner, then our relationship will erode over time. Or we can do the opposite, which is to consistently choose to try to be there for them, which will strengthen our relationship. And so when it comes to trust, it's really about the little things that we do and more about the things that we do frequently than about the big gestures. How do we build trust? There is an acronym called ATTUNE that we can use to help us understand the basis of trust and how to build it. So we have A for awareness, which is being cognizant of the other person's emotions and sort of caring enough to see that something is wrong. And then you have turning towards, which is choosing to turn towards them. This is where you actually make the choice. Then you have tolerance. So you would have to tolerate their viewpoint, right? Even though it's different from yours. And then understanding, which is understanding from their lens, again, not yours. And then you would have to respond non-defensively and non-aggressively, and then with empathy and love and compassion. So these are 6 simple steps to help us understand how to build trust. What erodes trust? Caryl Rusbult spent 3 decades studying a variable called CLalt, which stands for Comparison Level for Alternatives. That's when you think that you can do better than the partner that you have right now. So not building trust and turning away is one thing, but secretly believing that you can do better is one of the most common factors that erodes trust in a relationship. And that's actually considered a silent form of betrayal. So once you start thinking that you can do better, that's when you begin a cascade of not committing to the relationship and not emotionally showing up and not making the effort that you would need to make to build a healthy relationship. So for example, say if your partner can't get out of bed one day, instead of thinking she or he is so lazy, I don't need that crap, who wants to deal with this rubbish? If you wanted to build trust, what you would do is turn to them and ask them how they're doing and practice those 6 steps of ATTUNE that we spoke about before. And what that does is communicate to your partner, that person cares enough about me to take time out of their busy lives. And a collection of many of those moments is what builds trust over time. And the opposite of that would be if you ignored them. Say if it happened to you, what that would communicate to you is that, oh, I'm on my own. I can't really tell the other person how I feel. And so over time, gradually that erodes trust. And it's a habit of mind. So there are 2 very distinct ways of thinking or approaches. You could either believe that you're very lucky to have that person in your life, or you could believe that you could do better. And to build loyalty in a relationship, you would have to nurture the I'm so fortunate to have you in my life approach. And in a successful, intimate relationship, we want to trust that our partners have good thoughts about us and that they believe that we are worthy enough. And I've worked with many clients who've dealt with this, but didn't know how to pinpoint it. And because it was intangible, it was very difficult for them to put their finger on. I remember one time when I worked with this couple and the wife would always say to the husband, oh, you don't really care about me, you don't really like me. And he would respond, no, of course I do, I pay the bills, I take care of the house and all that kind of stuff. But then when I had a one-on-one session with him, he told me that he believed that he could have done better and he shouldn't have married her. And so even though he never said those words out loud or he never told her that in words, she could feel it. And not only did that sort of erode trust in their relationship, it sort of eroded her self-worth too over time. You know, and in a world of so many people, sometimes it's hard to see our own worth. So what we need in a spouse is someone to believe that we are worthy and special. And we want to trust that somebody cares enough about us that they'd be willing to attune themselves, especially at the times that we need it the most. And above all, we want to be the ones that people can trust. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this really helped, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, and take care. Bye.